Hello there, this is Chef Dave here. Once again, a note for compliance. Not a real chef. They'll sell these shirts to anybody. I'm so excited about showing you guys some cooking this week. So let's get started. The first tip when it comes to cooking with oils is get some oils to cook with. If you've got the Home Essentials kit, you've already got it's alive, oregano, and that's a beautiful one. But these are some of my oils that I've got here, some of my favorites. I've got kumquat, yes he did say that. I've got basil, this is one of my favorites, oregano, marjoram. This is the one that I think I'm going to use, brand new bottle. This is really good in the morphine blend. Smell that, Caitlin?
Very good.
You think we should put that in the soup?
Yeah.
Very herbaceous. Ginger, green mandarin, lemongrass. Amazing to cook rice with lemongrass. We might do that later in the week too. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to make a couple of things that I made at the GoTerra Expo last Sunday and that were very popular. Okay, and the first thing is a soup. So let's begin. I am using my Thermomix. You can do this recipe with anything, but the Thermomix really does make it super easy. Bit of this, bit of that. I've got potato, I got celery. Celery is great for flavouring. I don't want to add too much, but I am just measuring the weight here so that I know so that it doesn't spill out the top. That will be just about enough. Then what am I going to add? An onion. So what have I got? Potato, pumpkin, celery, a little bit of broccoli, a whole tomato, okay, and then some water. All right, and how much water are you going to put in? If you don't have a Thermomix, cook it in your saucepan, okay? So cut the veggies up pretty fine and boil them with just enough water to cover them. And you're going to do it quite hot and you're going to cook them until they are soft. A little bit of veggie stock, touch of garlic as well. We're going to add the, again, this is quick and easy, right? We're going to add the essential oil at the end of this recipe. Okay, there's a couple of, let me just add a little bit more of that celery in there too. I cooked up a little bit too much of that. The reason why is there's really great benefits for you in the essential oils. We don't want to cook those out. Okay, so we add them at the end. Other times I just add them at the beginning. Okay, here we go. Let's kick up our Thermomix and then we'll get on to the second part of this recipe. And in a minute, I'll come back and I'll show you my super duper tip to adding essential oils to your cooking. All right, so this is really cool down here. We just select 25 minutes. All right, we select 100 degrees and then we select speed 1. In 25 minutes, our soup will be just about ready. All that's going to be required then is to whiz it and add the oils. For you at home working, if you don't have one of these and if you're working with a saucepan, you can just use a stick blender, all right, and blend it all up at the end there. All right, boom, we'll see you in a minute. All right, let's get something else good cracking to have with our delicious essential oil infused soup. Let's start with sauteing some onions. And look, that's where all the tears are, so in that end of the onion. So if you don't like onions, if they make you cry, cut them in half like this, then take the end off it, take the outer layer, the outer skin off there, like Boom Crush Opera, and then we're just going to cut towards the middle, and there will be no more tears. How are your eyes, Caitlin?
So good. Normally yes. I cry.
Normally you cry.
Like a
right?
baby.
Like a baby. And then we just go straight down towards the middle, like this. Now, if you asked another chef about that, is that really where all the tears are? He'd probably say something like, oh, it depends on what kind of onion you're using. Well, listen, real chef, I'm not a real chef, and I just want you to get out of my face with telling me what is right and what is wrong about cooking onions, all right?
I want to show them the fire. Look at the fire.
Let's cook without gas, but with oils. This is how to add essential oils to your cooking. We're going to use some delicious cumin oil. Oh my God, I really love this one. It's my favorite. It's not actually one that you can purchase. It's a special one that they release just every now and then. But cardamom, you can buy that one whenever you like, and it's really good too. Now, I accidentally added 2 drops of the cumin oil and 2 drops of that one. It's quite tricky, isn't it, sometimes? So what do? You add it to something like this first, give it a mix up.
That's really safe, Dad.
And thank you.
Real chef.
And then, real chef. Real chef, raw sauce. And you're gonna, then we only add half of this. Okay, so I can actually control how much essential oil I'm adding to my cooking. All right, is that a good spot for me to cook?
A great spot.
Okay, so we'll just add half of that oil. There we go. We can just test it in a minute anyway and see how we go. And let's slip our onions in there. This is really going to be really, really yummy. So we just want to brown these onions. All right, we are done with our onions. Now for the next delicious ingredient. We have spinach. Now, I was the guy, I have something to admit, I was that guy who would buy like $10 or $12 worth of spinach and wilt it myself down in the and cook it down. You can get frozen little spinach cubes so inexpensive from the frozen food aisle, and I recommend doing that. So here we go. Really, when you're doing a spinach mix like this, you'll want it to be like cold, because otherwise it'll go really runny. In fact, you know, and so I'm just hoping that the spinach will bring it back to a good temperature. Let's add some ricotta cheese. Oh yeah. And we'll mix it up and just get a good consistency. We're going to use this as like a spread, okay, on bread, and I do like making more than I need, because this is a good one to keep in the fridge, and you can have it on sandwiches or on toast or on crackers or anything like that, okay? Does that look like a good colour, do you reckon?
It looks bloody beautiful, David.
Does it need more ricotta?
Whatever you think. I think it looks
I
great.
think it looks pretty good too. Parmesan cheese. Oh yes, he did say Parmesan cheese. We're going to put quite a bit in there.
Whoa.
Don't?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. I don't measure when I'm cooking, really, unless it's in the Thermomix and I don't want it to spill, but I don't measure. Measuring is for people who want recipes to come out exactly the same every time, and where would the fun be in that? I like just cooking by feel and by looking at it and deciding how much I want in. Salt, pepper, seasoning.
I like your little pinky one when you do that. Do it again, let me see your little Look at your little pinky.
Now, what the heck are we going to do with this?
I don't know, what the heck are we going to do with this?
Let me show you.
Please do.
Turkish bread. We're just going to slice it along like this. Like a boss. Let's split it in half. Like so. And then comes the fun bit. All right, let's scoop on some of our beautiful mix here. Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh yes.
It smells really good. Everything in my nose.
Little bit of extra on this one.
Ooh.
We're going to get some slices of tomato and line them up there to delicioso. That'll be good. Okay. Yummy-licious. That'll be cool. Hey, perfect timing. There's the Thermomix as well. All right, you need to stop that. My God.
It's a music video. Now's
the time to add our essential oil. Okay, we do need to add a little bit of extra olive oil in this boy. That's part of the recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our cooking oil, and we decided on marjoram. You sure?
I'm positive. Wait, let me have a
There's
look.
no going back.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Smells really good.
What is marjoram? Is that just like marjoram, or is it like a little...
It's a herb.
Right.
Hey. Just one drop. You can always add oils later. As Kathy says, you can't take them out. Alright, so you're just going to tip it into your mix. And then, if you're cooking with a Thermomix, you're going to do this. If not, we'll be in the saucepan, check that all of those veggies are nice and soft. And then and then you get your stick blender in there, I reckon. Okay, here we go. Not too noisy for you. One of these. All right, you want to really push some weight down on these because we want them crispy and we want them quite compressed. I think it'll be good. Here is our piping hot soup. Let's stick it straight in our little thermo server. I've got the sandwich press, I've got the kettle down to add weight to really get that to squish down nice and flat and crispy. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, that looks so good.
Now, I just want to give you guys one more tip. It's the same as cutting pizza. You know this story. If you want to cut a sandwich up that's grilled and you don't want everything to squish out when you cut it up, do it like this. Start in the middle, point down, and turn it around.
Wow.
And then you have all of your perfect sandwich ready with no spillage, which is so important. Okay, boys.
Oh, are we on camera?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, if Caitlin moves, we'll be on
I'm
camera.
not with Caitlin.
It's not a t-shirt, but it's a shirt, so okay.
Oh my goodness.
Reset.
All right. So this is what it looks like. This is a spoon.
Thanks.
All right. This is what we got. Some bread, some soup.
Some people.
Try it out.
Okay.
You guys want to try it?
Can I try
There
one?
is no spoon.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh yeah.
This is delicious.
Here you go, Caitlin. Actually, I want that spoon. It's a better spoon.
Okay.
This is so
I'm
good.
kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
gosh, Dad.
Okay, well, done it again, man.
How's the
So-
bread? Try the bread.
I have to tell you, it's actually my turn to make dinner tonight. And so,
Oh, yeah.
there you go, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Mum.
Oh my god.
That's okay.
Thanks, Dad. That is really good.
So-
This one's my
Really
favourite. Gee, it's got tomato in there, man. It's got colourful lettuce. It's freaking awesome, man. Oh my god.
Delicious. Thank you so much, Dave. I love
My
it.
pleasure.
And thank you for doing dinner, even though it was my turn.
Do we
Yeah.
dip it?
Yeah, dip.
Why he said turn the lights off.
You know what?
I'm gonna say turn the lights off and party.
Awesome. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Everyone